Y'all know I am a big fan of planning and organizing your day so you actually get things done. This is coming from somebody who is a little bit scatterbrained. And so I'm a big fan in, time blocking and putting things on the calendar so that you actually get them done. But also, I am a digital girl who also really loves stationery and all things paper. And so a few years ago, I ran into digital planning and I fell in love with it off the bat. And it has been an integral part of my planning processes as well as my business for a couple of years now. So today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about digital planning, how to get started, where to start, if it's right for you, all the things. Let's go. Hey, howdy, hey, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica Stansberry. If you are new here, I'm pumped. I'm glad you're here. If you're old here, I'm glad you're here too, because we like old people and new people. You know what I'm saying? If you were searching the internet for digital planning, wanting to know more about it, wanting to know how you get started, wanting to know hashtag all the things, then you have landed on the right video. And I'm glad you're here. So like I said in the intro, I found digital planning a few years ago. And I found it because, again, remember, I said, I am very much so a lover of stationery. I'm a lover of paper, all things paper. I love it all. But yet, I'm also a lover of everything digital. And if I don't have things in my hand, I won't remember to do them. I won't remember where I put notes. I'm the world's worst because I'm a naturally unorganized person. Like, I do not inherently have those skills. So I've had to force them over the years. So a few years ago, I had gotten an iPad and just randomly stumbled on this thing called digital planning. And I made a few YouTube videos about it and they kind of did well. And I've been using them ever since. Not only do I use digital planning on my iPad, but I also take notes on my iPad. And it's one of my favorite things that I have in my arsenal, that is for sure. But I realized that even though I found it a few years ago, I haven't done an updated video on what is digital planning, how to get started, all of that for over a year. And we're in a new year, which means new people are going to find this awesomeness. And I'm here to tell you all about it and how you can use it in your life, in your business, in just your everyday today world, whatever. Okay, so we're gonna go over this in 4 main parts, okay? 1, what is digital planning? How can you use it? An overview of the thing. 2, what kind of device can you use it on? How does it work with your devices, etc. 3, what kind of app do you need? And 4, how do you actually get the planner and how do you actually get it on your iPad? Okay, so what is digital planning? Essentially, it's as if a paper planner and a digital planner, like a calendar, a digital calendar, Google Calendar, whatever, got together and had a baby. That's basically what digital planning is. It is basically a paper planner literally living in an iPad. So you can flip through the months, you can plan your week out on a weekly view, you can write on it just like you can on a paper planner. Hello, YouTube. And for those of you heavily involved in the planner world, you can also use stickers, which are like so much fun. It literally has all the functionality of a paper planner in an iPad, like no joke. It is everything you could possibly need. And the really cool part is pages can be used over and over again. You can insert things. You can I found this worksheet or this PDF or whatever on the internet that I want to put in my planner. You can totally do that. You can take pages out. You can use a planner over and over again if it is undated, or just buy a new one for the new year if it's dated. You can do basically everything you can do with a paper planner. So if the phrase digital planning confuses you, hopefully that cleared some things up. I think it's honestly more versatile than a paper planner. You can insert photos, you can highlight, you can erase highlights, you can erase things. It's just, I don't know. You can obviously tell that I really enjoy this. Now, something I will say, because it's a question that I get asked pretty often, is can a digital planner sync up with your Google Calendar? And the answer to that is no. Essentially, a digital planner is just an interactive PDF on an app in your tablet. Whether you're using an Android tablet or an iPad, it's just an interactive PDF within an app in your iPad. And so there's not really a good way for any kind of technology gods to be like, oh, she wrote that thing on Friday, February 17th, it should go on Friday, February 17th on a Google Calendar. But I don't let that stop me from using my planner. I use my digital planner in conjunction with my Google Calendar. So in my Google Calendar, I'll put things that are specific to times, like I have to be at a certain appointment at a certain time, or I have to do something at a certain time. But with my digital planner, I use it to more freeform plan and write out my goals and everything you would do in a paper planner. So it's really freaking cool, is it not? Oh, and by the way, if you're loving the layout of this planner here in front of you that you're seeing on the screen, this is one of my planners available in my shop. You can just go to heyjessica.com/shop. We have a ton of digital planners available. This is the business planner. And then we also have a digital planning starter pack that will give you a couple of planners, stickers, worksheets, all the things. So go to heyjessica.com/shop if you want to check those out, or if you love the planner you're currently seeing on your screen. The next thing we're going to talk about is your device. So digital planning can be done on any tablet, literally anyone. You can even use digital planners and digital planning on your phone. It doesn't have to be a tablet. However, I would highly recommend that you have some kind of tablet that has a writing style stylus. So for instance, I have the Apple iPad and the Apple Pencil, and the pencil has like the fine tip, and so I feel like I can write on it better than I could if it were like one of those weird styluses with the like rounded tip or whatever. Basically any type of tablet with some type of pencil, pen, stylus that has that fine tip is going to get it done. Now, I will say that most of the people who use digital planning, who use digital planners, and most of the people you're going to see talking about that here on YouTube are going to be using iPads and the Apple Pencil. They're just really seamless and really easy to use, but obviously they're a bit more costly than their counterparts in the Android world. Now, I actually have the 2020 iPad Pro, and it's actually fairly large. It's like an 8.5, no, it's like a 12 inch. I think it's like a 12-inch Duma floppy. It's almost as big as my laptop. So it's a pretty big iPad, and it's the iPad Pro, so it has more features built in, that kind of thing, and so it cost me more than just like a standard iPad. And I have the 2nd generation pencil, which, by the way, anything I mentioned today will be linked below in the description, because I know y'all are gonna ask me where I got this little grippy, because every time I do a video about my iPad, people are like, where'd you get that grippy? So it's linked below. But you don't need the most expensive iPad to get started. Hey, do you have your iPad? This is actually one of the more cost-effective iPads. It's smaller, as you can see. So I have the iPad Pro, and this iPad is Laura, my assistant's iPad. And so you can see the difference there in the sizes. But you can plan just the same on this. I actually did for a very long time, and it wasn't until Laura came into my life and needed an iPad that I got this bigger one. So you can use whatever you want, and I will link both of these iPads below. This one is like $300. It's compatible with the 1st generation Apple Pencil, and then this one is quite a bit more expensive and is only compatible with the 2nd generation pencil. But again, you can use basically any tablet that you want to use that has the capabilities built in to use a stylus and to use apps that allow you to write on interactive PDFs. So the device is totally up to you. It's totally whatever is in your price range, whatever you already have. And I will put some links below in the description to any of the things that I've talked about, as well as some like Android style tablets too. Now, like I said, you can actually use these on your phone as well, and you can write on your planner. You can plan just the same with your finger as you can with a stylus or an Apple Pencil. The problem with that is it gets sloppier, and it's not as easy to read, and it's not as fun. It doesn't feel as much like you're writing on paper. Oh, actually, speaking of writing on paper, both of these iPads, so the one that Laura has and my iPad Pro, both have screen protectors on them that are meant to feel a bit more like paper. They're a little bit more grippy. They're not as like shiny and flat as most screen protectors or as the screen itself. And so when I write, I feel like my handwriting is 12 times better with one of these, and I'll totally link them in the description below as well, because I feel like I fell in love with digital planning all over again when I found those screen protectors. They just make it feel as if you're writing on paper a bit more than if you were writing on that glass screen, and your handwriting gets a little better along the way. Okay, so next on the list of things we've got to talk about with digital planning is your app. So digital planning itself is kind of a combination of multiple things. It's the combination of the planner, the app, and the device. So that's why I want to talk about all of those things. So you've got your device. Now we've got to figure out the app. What app are you going to use? There's a ton of them out there in the market. You can use GoodNotes, which is the program that I am currently using. That's what you'll see here on the screen. I'm using GoodNotes. I have all of my planners in here. I have all of my digital notebooks. Anything that I want to write on with my Apple Pencil goes in GoodNotes. And so if you're on an Apple device, I would highly recommend that as your app of choice. Now, if you're using an Android tablet, there's a ton of apps that you can use as well. So the one that has been highly recommended to me from Android users who say that it is very, very similar to GoodNotes is an app called OneNote. And OneNote is actually a very, very good note-taking app as well. It would probably be my second choice if I wasn't using GoodNotes. If you were like, you can no longer use GoodNotes, you have to use something else, then I would definitely use OneNote. And OneNote's available on both Apple and Android. So it'd be really easy to switch back and forth between your devices. Like if you have an iPhone, but you use an Apple tablet and you want to be able to see your digital planner on both, OneNote would probably be the app I would suggest for that. But honestly, the app is almost completely dependent on the type of device you have and want to use. So again, if you're using Apple, I'd totally go with GoodNotes. If you're using Android, you can choose from something like OneNote or even Zoto, and you'll be good to go. Basically, the only capability you need is to be able to write with a stylus or pencil within the app, and to be able to pull in and use interactive PDFs, because digital planners are built as interactive PDFs. And so the clickability, being able to click through tabs, being able to click in like on other pieces of the planner, being able to move and click and drag things is all a capability of an interactive PDF. And so when you download a digital planner, it will come to you in a PDF form or in a format that is specific to the app you're going to use it in. But essentially, when you're choosing an app, really all you need to make sure is that it allows for interactive PDFs. So that's really all you need. I will link everything that I've talked about, all the apps, everything down below in the description, so don't worry, it is all down there. And last but not least, you've got to choose a planner. So like I said, digital planning is a combination of your device, a planner, and an app to use it in. That's it. And so now that you've decided on your device, on the app, you need an actual planner. Where do you get those? They actually used to be way harder to find than they are now. There's tons and tons of planners on the market, including the ones in my store. Again, that's heyjessica.com/shop. But there's so many designs and so many aesthetics and so many different planners for different needs out there on the market. I would either find your favorite creator of digital planners. So, if you're like, oh, I know Jessica has digital planners, you can go to my website and shop for those. Or just, take your little booty over to Etsy and type in digital planning. You'll find all kinds of them. Now, I will say not all digital planners, as far as the design, are made the same. Some of them have clickable tabs. Some of them have clickable dates. Some of them have clickable, internal pieces. Some of them have stickers. Some of them don't. It kind of just depends on the planner and the designer. All of my planners also have the capability to customize some of the tabs. So if you insert worksheets into your planner, then you get a customizable tab, and all of my planners come with stickers as well. Now, you can actually get dated and undated digital planners. In theory, you could absolutely use the same digital planner forever and ever. You could buy it one time, and then you could use it for the rest of your life if you want to write dates in every single month. If you're like me, I don't like to do that. I used to buy planners where I would have to write the date in, and I just did not enjoy doing that. It made me not want to use the planner. So if you're like me and don't want to do that, they sell them in dated format as well. Most of my planners come in both the dated and the undated format, so you can buy whichever one you think that you'll use the most. Now, with basically any planner that you purchase, you'll be able to add in your own pages, take pages out, add in stickers if you buy them somewhere else, and that kind of thing. So it really just comes down to functionality as well as the design and what you want your planner to look like. So if you find one that you love, grab it. And then if you don't like it, guess what? They're pretty cheap and you can get another one. Okay, I told you, it was super easy. It is not hard. Digital planning, if you want to get started, just means that you have to have a tablet of some sort, something to write with, which could totally be your finger. It means that you need an app to run it on, and you need an actual digital planner. That's it. If you want to know more about GoodNotes, how to work GoodNotes, if you want to know more about digital planners, all of that good stuff, anything we've talked about today, I'm going to link some other videos below in the description that I have done in the past. And just know when you purchase one of my planners, instructions come with it on how to install it and get it into the app and all the things. If you have any other questions about digital planning, let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to bring you a video about that. And until next time, keep being awesome. Bye, y'all.